Hello everybody, it's Joe and I'm back with Star Wars Unlimited. If you want to try the game or you want to playtest your decks, but you don't want to spend the money on the actual cards, possibly you don't have anybody else to play with, there is a solution. Finally, something good came out of the AI craze and you can actually play Star Wars Unlimited against AI. But first things first, you need a deck. And the best place to prepare the deck is at swudb.com. So this is basically a deck builder site which has a database of all the cards in Star Wars Unlimited. Here you can create an account, browse the hot decks or top decks. These are two good places to look through the most popular decks which are out there on the database right now. But if you want to create your own deck, you can click here on My Decks and pick New Deck. After that you choose a leader, but be careful, we already have new leaders from the upcoming set which are not ready in paper yet. We can pick, I don't know, Chewie for example, and we can pick a base, and I'm not really sure which base I want to. Let's go with Energy Conversion Lab, which is quite popular. And here on the right side, now you can pick your cards. You can filter out by the type of the card. So let's say you want some, I don't know, ground units. R2D2 would be a nice addition. You can use C3PO for example. Let's say you are finished with the deck. You can click on it right here. Here I have prepared Hera Syndulla with Chopper base as my leader and the base, and here you can see the cards on the left. You can also create a sideboard, which are basically cards you keep on the side in matches where you play for 2 or 3 wins, and you can exchange the cards from the sideboard and the deck in between the matches with the same opponent. And you can do that easily. I will just click edit deck. If you want to sideboard some of the cards, you will just click on the SB and it will be moved to the sideboard. And here you can just move it back to the main deck. Easy as that. So let's say the deck is done. Let me save the changes. And what do you do now? The first thing I will do is go down there and I will click on this JSON copy JSON text. JSON is a special text format which is usually used for communication between systems or applications. And here we can use it to transfer our decks. And where will we be transferring the deck? That is the question I will answer right now. So let me just copy the deck into the clipboard. And we will go to another website. The website is called forstable.net, and here you can see I already have some decks here. I can add a new deck right away. You don't really need to create an account because it saves the data in the browser, but you are free to do so. So you can just add any number of decks you want. You already have the starter decks from the starter set, which sits on the shelf just behind me. So you basically get the 2 starter decks ready to play if you want to try out without building the deck. And if you want to add another deck, you just click add new, name the deck, and paste the clipboard into this deck contents field, and you edit, and that's it. So how do you actually play? You will pick the deck you want to play as player 1, and you will pick the deck you want to play against as player 2. Now you have some options. This is AI behavior. I would say if you are playing against mid-range or aggro deck, default and aggro is good enough. And if you are playing against control deck, you should really pick control because it works much better than if you pick default. So let's keep it at default, although Sabine is pretty much aggro deck. And here you can just pick whether you start, the opponent start, or it is random. So let's give it a go. So you can see the leaders and the bases for both players are already prepared, and here you can see your hand. You can decide whether you want to take mulligan, which means you will discard or shuffle your hand back into the deck and take new 6 cards, but you can do this only once. So I will probably not take the mulligan, and let's see how that goes. I will unfortunately have to resource Reinforced Walker because it will just sit in my hand for way too long, and I will probably also resource the Surprise Strike. So that's that. It seems we are starting the game, so that's nice. And I would like to just see what is going on. So I'm going to pass on this turn. And I'm also going to pass on the next one to see what I'm dealing with. So I should be able to deal with this quite easily. But I would lose the Echo Base Defender and another card after that. So there's no real benefit for me doing this turn. So I will just take initiative and let's go. That was pretty uninteresting turn. Sometimes it just goes like this. I don't think I will play it, so I will resource it. Okay, so I will just play the Echo Base Defender as usual without doing anything special. And this unit has Saboteur, which means it can pass the Sentinel. And there's nothing I can do about that right now, so I will take initiative and let the opponent play. So, next turn. Yeah, it's quite difficult situation we are in. So, I think I will trash Sabine for now. Sorry, Sabine. So, I can actually play Sneak Attack, which will let me play another card for a reduced cost. And as you can see, Chewie has a Sentinel, which means it has to be attacked by units which are not Saboteur. But there's a catch: when it is attacked, I can ready him, so I have skipped the first turn, which basically the unit just lays tapped, and you can do nothing with that. But the downside of the sneak attack is it will kill the unit at the end of the turn. I can attack this to see where it goes, to save the defender possibly. So I will just going to attack with Chewie. And it will still survive, probably for another attack. But I'm not really sure how this worked. Yeah, I see. It was able to pick the target because both of those were sentinels. So that's not the greatest turn for me, but it wasn't the greatest turn for them too. So we will start the board clean. So I will just take the initiative and wait for the next turn. Okay, I can go back with Chewie, and I can possibly keep the home one, which would be able to keep me alive in the event I drag this game a little bit. I can decide whether I want to play Steadfast or Chewie. Yeah, I feel like the Steadfast is the better option right now, so I will just play Steadfast. And that will be all for now. So I will take the initiative and wait for the next turn. So I think I'm going to resource the ghost again. Sorry. I'm sure I will be deploying Hera this turn, but I can also start with the Echo Base Defender and keep the Fleet Lieutenant for later. So I will start with the Echo Base Defender to hopefully save some HP. Okay, that was pretty nice. Right now I can decide which one of those will I kill, but the other one will still attack. So I will use the action ability and play Hera. And this is going to hurt quite a lot. I'm not sure whether this was the best course of action. I believe the player would be better off with attacking my base, but okay. And I don't really want to waste the resources right now, So I will attack with Steadfast Battalion, but the experience tokens are going to be wasted for now. So I'm taking the initiative. So I'm not really sure what is the plan here, so I'm going to pass right now to see what I can do. And this has given me option to attack and deal with this potentially dangerous card. And here we have another possibly nasty card. So I can counter that with playing the Bright Hope, which will help me to survive the next turn. I don't really want to return the unit to the hand because I really need something I will be able to attack with the next turn, so I will pass on this action. So I will pass and let's see how the next turn goes. I can pick Wing Leader or Fleet Lieutenant, which might be helpful or not, I'm not yet sure. I will probably flash the Fleet Lieutenant right now. Okay, so I'm going to play one of the biggest cards in the decks, which is Home 1, and it can play another like rebel card for free, or to be more precise, the white symbol card. So here I can survive this, and I will be able to basically defeat the base next turn, hopefully. So I will just attack with Steadfast right here, or I can even decide to kill this one. Let's see how that goes. I will push the damage on the base. So I cannot take initiative because it was already taken, but I can attack. And I can attack right here to prepare the next turn for the finish. So I will pass. I can do whatever basically, because I intend to finish in the next turn. And even though they managed to deal with Bright Hope, I should be able to attack with Home 1, and that is the game. So that's that. This is how you can play Star Wars Unlimited against AI. It is a pretty helpful tool to playtest your decks, or just enjoy the game if you don't have anybody to play with right now, and also you can try different combinations without actually spending money on the cards. So that's pretty nice. And that is also all for today. In the upcoming videos I will show you a few of the budget decks you can buy really cheap if you really want to enjoy some paper, and that will be that. So see you in the next one, bye!